Yes. So the other thing is I've changed the Riggy Rage emote out for another one. It's still pending, unfortunately. But basically, when it comes up, you should be able to use it with this code in the chat now. So basically, as you can probably guess, it's a thing that goes, one of us, one of us. And I figured that probably gets a bit more use than anything else, especially when, you know, people can use their channel points to redeem it. I was like, I'm not subbed, what happened? Well, the funny thing is, Yan, even though I don't rage that often, apart from when I'm doing Splatoon, it's still not actually my image, my face doing it. It's Pimmsy's face, so it was never really Riggy Rage to begin with, but yeah. Had to do that for the prefix. Anyway. I can hear the cat in the background. I can hear him. He's being such a pain. Okay. So, Dimlute. Yeah, Pimmsy Rage would have made more sense, but because it's based off of the prefix on the channel, so it's twitch.tv/RiggyRob, and the prefix is RiggyR, then I don't think we can change it to be PimsyR or Pimmsy something, so... I mean, if Pimmsy set up her own Twitch channel as Pimmsy, then we could get emotes on that as Pimmsy Rage, maybe? But I don't know. Alright, entertainment bores at times. The conclusion of the entertainment is obscure modernism posing as tragedy. We can only presume that this is another of this company's experimental interventions into the original script, as it betrays the human drama so carefully erected over the 3 prior scenes. Lula Chamberlain's set is unpretentious and realistic, with a handful of confident lighting cues. The dialogue has an easy facility for barroom banter, but a disconcerting habit of settling into familiar grooves. An uneven but decent production. Nathan Masters at the Lexington Herald. Yeah, I would have liked it if Twitch would have let us choose the Riggy as the prefix, but Riggy R was the one that was automatically generated and we can't change it. And in fact, if you try and change it, it will actually go to Riggy R1. And that's like, well, that kind of defeats the purpose, doesn't it? So. Well. Alright, so, the barfly slumps half asleep on the table. Struggles to remember mental checklist. Drunkenly fumbles in pockets, remembers. Places right hand on chin, places left hand on leg. Leans precariously into table, closes eyes. Opens eyes, scans table for landmarks. Remembers, spits. Glances down at newspaper, tries to be interested. Sighs, shuffles, surrenders. Ooh, I don't know if that got picked up on the microphone, but it was a big meow. Alright. Oh, Evelyn's drunk! I love this song. Pearl's sober, but I've never heard of it. Okay. Kind of hard to... There we go. It's a love song. It's a Valentine. It's nearly Valentine's Day this year, actually. Ever been in love? Nope. Me neither. Well, there's Ted. Son of a bitch! Evelyn, you love Ted, right? He's a son of a bitch. Out on the road, selling hammers and hammering shop girls. Ooh. You know he isn't. Well, I wish he would. Why? You don't mean that. Sure. I don't mean that. He's a son of a bitch, but you have to stick by your family. Sometimes, if it kills you. Do you? Why? You just have to. Why? I love the song. What if they're better off without us? My folks could get better with money. Ted could, I don't know, meet someone new. He wouldn't. He's a good man. Would you? Ugh. All I want is to be free of parasites. Keep my own money, pay my own debts. Don't be a fool. Buy me a drink. What do you want? Oh, cats? No. Don't you dare. I just want to run a hardware store with my dear husband. Evelyn. I want a whiskey. That's all you want? And a love song. Cat? No. I can see you. I am looking at you, looking at that bookcase and saying, I want to jump up on the shelf. No. No. Yes, I know the cats are very cute, but they're also menaces. They are terrible. She could have said, sure. Pearl, you could have said something. I shouldn't have to say anything, Dad. Letting us just sit up and soak up a debt. We're celebrating. Pearl, it's supposed to be a celebration. Don't you know the news? Larry, drop it. So, celebrate. Oh, hang on. Cats? Cats? I see him wiggling his little bum and he's like, oh, he's looking. He's looking. But no. I'm not stopping you. But I'm not paying for it. Your mother's going to be a manager. So put a manager's salary on that tab. It's not. Sure, they said she's management material. What kind of material are you, Pearl? Maybe. He said maybe. I'm made of sweat and blood and beer. Just like you raised me. That's a damn strange thing to say. Sure, my hands are cut up, but you're a loan clerk and your mother is a manager at a supermarket. Damn it, Lawrence. It's not settled. Not settled? O'Neill just handed you a promotion. Why can't you celebrate? Rosa, what did he say to you? Remember what he said to you? He said, didn't he? He said, maybe eventually. Maybe eventually? Maybe eventually, management material. Keep your chin up. Maybe eventually. Sooner or later. Keep your chin up. How's that, Dad? Enough. You can still settle. It'll just take longer. I should look again. Just sit with me, Larry. Let's just wait for the music. Get away from the awfulness. Sure. We can celebrate. Sure. The Slade women are moving up. Eventually. Eventually. If she's this late, she's not coming. Where's Junebug? Where's the entertainment? I said, if she's this late. She always shows up. I've got nothing better to do. You gonna settle up first? Don't be a fool. Watch it. I'll buy you a drink. How about water, Evelyn, and maybe call it a night? What time is it? I love the song. It's relaxing. Like the sun, by the pool, on a beach full of gators. God damn it, Evelyn. Harry, your language. What would Bess think? Good Christian woman. God damn it, who cares if I did or didn't go to New Orleans? She didn't mean anything by it. Maybe I just sat here alone in the dark. Wouldn't you like that, Evelyn? That what you want to hear? Watching nature programs in the dark? Just me and the deer and the gators and the goddamn dinosaurs. It was Harry's ark, Evelyn. 2 by 2 out of the flood and into the poorhouse. She's just drunk. All on my dime. Well, there's going to be a reckoning. All of you. Just stick around and you'll see. What are you talking about, Harry? What reckoning? I want to hear another love song. Where's Junebug? I hope she never shows up. I can't pay her. The money's run out. What's that? It's gone. The money's all gone. I let you sponges soak up so many free drinks, now I can't even stock the whiskey without striking a deal. No more whiskey? Harry, what kind of deal? It doesn't matter. You can't blame us, Harry. We're just a little short from time to time. Sure. Just leave, Pearl. Just trust me. Okay, I'm leaving. Are you sure? I'm sure. You don't deserve this. All I want is a love song and a whiskey. You'll have plenty of time for whiskey. I just want to be left alone. That man is like a straitjacket. I know, Evelyn. If only he'd meet some tall young thing on the road. I know. 11 years behind a supermarket till. Keep your chin up, Rosa. Eventually, maybe. Maybe eventually. Now, you should all clear out. Where would we go? Just let us wait. Let us wait for Junebug. We're good for it. We just want to have a few drinks, see the entertainment, then we'll go home. You don't understand. Sure. We know, you're struggling. We're all struggling. Harry, you said you have a deal, right? God damn it, you don't understand me. Harry, your language. What's to understand? We'll settle our debt soon. Rosa's in line for this promotion. All they want is debt. They feed on it. They put it in the whiskey. What? What the hell are you saying? He'll be here soon. The boy from Hard Times. There'll be a reckoning. Harry, our debt's not to the distillery. It is now. I traded it. I sold it. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Bom, bom, bom. I like how they did the name drop of the reckoning as the act title thing. Okay. Whoa! I was not expecting that. Hello. Well, that was an interesting. What was that? All right. Well, let's, I guess, move on from that because I have no idea what that was supposed to represent at the end there. Unless it was Doolittle, maybe? I don't know. Well, let's go into Act 3, shall we? Huh. That was odd. Alright, well, we're here. We're back at the doctor's, it looks like. Although, this doesn't look like the forest. Also, did she have glasses before? Radio announcer, 83 and sunny now. Looks like it's going to get to about 101 by late afternoon in Louisville and 103 in E-Town. Not a cloud in sight, so get out those parasols, haha. Major accident just ahead of the Bardstown exit. So if you headed to work on 31, you are late, my friend, haha. Lysette, sugar? As it is, just a little. Just a little. I forgot how you take your coffee. I'm tired. I didn't sleep well. Those old horses of Ira's used to keep me up. I heard you yelling bad dreams. Well, let's get about the bad dreams. We were up on a roof, Ira and I, and Charlie. Eating a light supper. Oh, this is, this is the conversation before we left to do the delivery. I see. We were up on a roof, Ira and I, and Charlie, eating a light supper. I was drinking sweet tea. Charlie was reading. We were surrounded by other houses, closely packed. Huge sidewalks. It must have been a... What's the word? Yeah, I don't think she's blanking on the word city. A subdivision. That's it, I'm sure. Below us, a group of people gathered, standing quietly. A man was reading from a book. I asked Ira about the weather. Would it rain on Tuesday or when would the sun set? Something like that. He wouldn't answer me. Charlie stood up and Ira told him to watch his step, and then I remembered. I woke up before I could stop him. Charlie was alone on the roof. I always told him to test each tile with a heel first. Oh. We can kind of accept blame for this in some ways. So clearly Charlie fell off the roof. Or fell through the roof. I feel like Conway would have been someone to give advice to Charlie. So let's do this. If it's a heel, you can kick it back and still put your toe on something solid when the tile slips. I remember your lessons. He just wanted to study his... What was it called? Astronomy, aviation... would you be on the roof at night? Aviation. That's it. How could I forget? He didn't listen. It wasn't... It's not his fault. It wasn't anyone's fault, Conway. That's what we mean when we say it's... an accident, a tragedy, a shame. I guess that would be an accident, yeah. Sure. Well, we have a mail order delivery today. Might be a long drive. I hope the truck can hold up. Long drive, what makes you think so? They sent it in by mail? That truck will outlive us all. Yes, it will. I hope you're right. I'm glad you'll keep it. Ira would have wanted you to have it. It's been running since Charlie was born. Ira took me to the hospital in that truck. So did you once. Your knee when you fainted. Ooh. What should we make her backstory be? Is it because of her knee or when she fainted? She seems like a practical one. I'll say it's her knee. My new knee. Plastic. It'll be like a souvenir. So, long drive? So, mail order? Long drive. They said it couldn't come in person. Maybe just a shut-in. I don't recognize the address. The order is all... I'm sure we can fill it. Not much left back there. Guess that'll be the last. I guess it will be. The last act of Lysette's Antiques. The... Oh, what's the word? Finale... Death rattle. That's a bit morbid. The finale! Maybe. No, that's not the word. I just need to think a bit. More coffee or something? Or maybe I've had too much. It's getting harder. It'll come to you. Maybe. I'm not sure anymore. It seems inevitable there'll start to be words that I lose forever. What are those boxes you set up in the hallway? Charlie's old books. Your clothes. You packed them yesterday. Charlie's old books. Oh. Thought you might like to look at them. Thought we could look at them. I thought we could look at them together. That sounds nice. Cora should be here soon. Will you wait with me? Should get the delivery out. Sure, Lice. I'll wait with you. Radio announcer. There's your traffic and weather on the 5s. That's every 10 minutes. Brought to you by the Consolidated Power Company. Stick around for Old Kentucky Home with Kate, helping you turn your humble home into a mansion after this. That's the one thing that I really do appreciate about this game, is that the options you are given let you kind of shape the backstory or the actions that have previously happened. So you can decide, oh, hello. I didn't think we lost the leg. Or is that just like a representation? Huh. So what happened with the leg? But that's only if you make a late payment on a follow-up visit. I think everything went well enough here that they'll only want to bill for... Oh, he's awake. How do you feel, old man? All fixed up? Truan says you might be a bit misty coming out of it, so... I was dreaming. What time is it? I feel fine. What time is it? It's been about 2 hours. What have you been doing? Feel like I got some rest. I do feel like I got some rest. Good. Dr. Truman, how about that leg? How's your leg feeling? Feels like I got pins and needles. Yeah, that's the important part. Conway shifts his leg a bit in the chair, testing it. Well, this isn't my leg. It seems better, but it wasn't worth it. It was the heat, the shingles were cracked in the sun, and one of them slipped out under his... Oh, he's even talking about Charlie. Like... I don't get if that's supposed to be my actual leg now. It seems better, but it wasn't worth it. This is my leg. It doesn't seem like my leg. Not yet. Of course it's your leg. It looks wrong. You replaced it. It doesn't feel like it belongs to me anymore. I haven't encountered this reaction before, but it's not totally unheard of. I read a paper about something like this last year. It can happen for a lot of reasons. Neurological, psychological, social. I'm sure it won't persist in your case. Your thoughts and feelings are probably still a little nebulous from the neuropnol. That's totally normal. It'll pass. I wouldn't recommend driving, at least for another hour or two regardless. You can say, thank you, doctor, I can drive, or stares remotely at his leg. No, thanks, doctor. Sure, it's... Let's talk about a few things you should be aware of. Recovery, rehabilitation, and side effects. I should have plenty of resting time coming up soon. I'm used to a few side effects. How long am I going to be recovering? Well, your age, I want to be clear. You should expect lingering effects of the injury for more or less the rest of your life. Don't immerse it fully in water. Avoid extremes of temperature. I'd stay away from dusty roads and mountain lions as much as possible. Why the mountain lions? Good advice in any context. Best thing you do is keep it clean and free of debris. What do I clean it with? What do I clean it with? Only clean your leg with a soft cloth, moistened with water or isopropyl alcohol. You'll definitely want to avoid abrasive agents like detergents and other solvents. So, do you have any questions? Anything about the bill that didn't make any sense? I don't mean to rush you, but I have an early fishing trip. Tell him about the payment plan in the bill. Don't want to think about the bill right now. What are you fishing for? Tell him about the payment plan in the bill. Ah, yeah, that's one of the atypical clauses. I don't really have any control over the bill now that the Consolidated Power Company bought my employer. They handle everything. So it all runs through your electricity bill now. You can pay it back in full in your next billing cycle, or you can get on an energy credit payment plan. You'd have to call Consolidated for more detail about that. I don't really understand how it works. Something about generating electricity to send back into the grid? Oh, one more thing. Don't be alarmed if you experience any side effects of the neuropnol. Typically, we see daydreaming, deja vu, pensiveness, fugue states, irrational perception of time. About 15% of patients report a generalized sensation of lateness. Nothing to be alarmed about. Just keep it in mind. Thanks for your help. Julian's outside. We can head back to your truck. But I can't drive. Can I stand on this? Maybe. Act 3, Scene 1. Oh, that wasn't actually Scene 1. Weird. I guess it's just the introduction to the Scene 1. Back to the Museum of Dwellings. Alright, talk to Homer. Guess the rain stopped. You get some rest back there, Homer? I don't feel much rested myself. That doctor seemed nice enough. I'm sure he does an just got in over. No, I'm sure he does an okay job. All right, Shannon. How are the drugs treating you? Feel a bit distracted. Streetlights seem a bit brighter. I don't like to take medicine. I feel a bit distracted. You're probably pretty tired too. I usually feel more tired after a late night nap. Hey, you ever take anything for that? Caffeine pills or... No, I mean, who takes caffeine pills? It's all or nothing for me. Oh, right. They probably tell you to steer clear of all that stuff, huh? Yeah, I guess you never know. My folks had a peculiar relationship with medicine. We almost never had a regular doctor, or health insurance, or anything like that. Our immigration stuff was a mess for most of my childhood, so we only qualified for state programs in small patches before something or other would get contested, and we learned to just pile on dentist appointments and stuff in those short windows. If a gut got infected or her migraines were too much to handle, Mum would talk to so-and-so who knew so-and-so, usually another minor, and end up with some pills. And instead of medical advice, every pill came with gossipy anecdotal warnings and superstitions, like all this lore that came with it. Like magic, dangerous, mysterious. Weaver's folks couldn't help. Ever run into any problems? Sure, yeah. Stuff would be expired or mislabeled. Mum was allergic to penicillin, as it turned out. That was scary. And one time, in band camp, in high school, Weaver got these pills to help her focus. She was so smart, but always going off in different directions, mind racing, like 5 conversations going on in her head at once, and you're lucky if even one of them is with someone in the room, you know? So she had these pills, and they seemed to help. I was struggling in school too, failing my history class. She offered to share the pills. Did it help? At first, yeah, it helped a lot. I had a kind of presence and clarity of purpose that I've never really had otherwise. I didn't want to stop taking them. One day I was sitting on my bed, my notebook was open next to me on the top of a textbook, and I was holding a pen in my hand. I remember this moment from several years before. It came up so suddenly, with such precision, I couldn't put it out of my mind. I felt I had to stay with it until I'd recalled the whole thing perfectly. It was just a tiny nothing moment, my mum patching up the side of a birdcage, winding some spare wire around the frame to reinforce it. I was fixated on that image and that sound. The cage kind of bending and twanging, and she worked again on it. Wrapping and knotting, scraping copper against paint like bowling a rubber violin with a railroad tie. Yan has used her... Oh, hang on. I didn't actually plug in my laptop. That's why I've seen some flickering going on. Hold on. 1 second, guys. Just need to plug the laptop in.